Morning, guys. We're doing some push-ups. I'm gonna alternate between the Mike Tysons and I guess just standard, and then we'll go into some dips. And I'll do some abs. I'll either do hanging knee raises, straight leg raises on the floor, or like I just did, the reverse crunch. 10 reps of each. So we'll go push, dip, core, 10 reps of each. We're 3 rounds in right now. Good morning, Luca. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. This was supposed to be yesterday's workout, guys, but I wound up getting lazy, right? I'm not going to tell myself I didn't have time to do it. Tell myself I didn't make time to do it. So it's not about having the time. It's about allocating the time, right? Daniel, no, I never did CrossFit. I never did CrossFit. I admire the CrossFit guys. They're very fit, but I was never into those compound lifts. But no, I never did it. Morning, Black Cat. All right, Black Cat. Yeah, we got to keep up the work. We can't stop. Definitely can't stop. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I got a couple of pounds on the ankle. On the ankles, just for a little more resistance on the dips and the leg raises that I'm doing. You know it, Daniel. We will. We'll keep going. No doubt. So guys, we're just doing some push-ups. I'm alternating between Mike Tyson's and standard push-ups. Then I'm doing a set of dips. And then 1 or 3 ab moves. I'm gonna rotate between hanging knee raises, straight leg raises, and a reverse crunch. And I'm going around, I'm doing 10 reps of each. And we're going into round 6. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, my friend. I do. I appreciate you being here. Thanks. Good morning, Chris. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you check out my friend Chris on 7 Fitness. Check out his channel. Go over there and check him out. He's a beast. Give him a look and a subscription if you would. Yeah, Daniel, the burpees are where it's at. As a matter of fact, this Saturday, June 8th, is, what is it? Worldwide Burpees Day. So there's going to be a thing streaming online, all different time zones, all over the world. Guys are going to be doing burpees, but burpees are it. If you do nothing else, man, burpees will definitely get you right. Guys, if you haven't tried these Mike Tyson push-ups, really give them a shot if you're not on them already. Of course, not on par with a burpee, I don't think, but maybe a close second for a full body workout. Because with that movement, the way you're pushing back at an angle, obviously you're working the chest, but you're bringing the shoulders into it, and you're also getting some leg action there too. So definitely a good move to incorporate. All right, we're gonna do round 7. Yeah, Chris, I hate to admit that, but unfortunately, that's what they printed on my birth certificate. According to that, definitely 60. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let them look, Dan. Just do what you got to do. You know what I mean? If you go through life worrying about what other people are thinking or people, let them look. And really, if that's all they have to do in their life is to stare at you and watch you work out, well, there's not much going on in their life, so I wouldn't be too worried about what they're thinking. So, so we're eight rounds in. Again, we're alternating. Yeah, there you go, Dan. Give her something to look at. We're 8 rounds in. I'm alternating between Mike Tyson push-ups and standard push-ups, 10 of those into 10 dips, and then 10 either hanging knee raises, reverse crunches, or straight leg raises. So it's 10, 10, and 10. And we're going into round 9. Yeah, we actually had I'm in Jersey, Dan. We actually had a couple of real nice days strung together, which was odd. We normally don't get that. But yeah, it's supposed to be cloudy today. Maybe rain a little later, but I don't know if you believe in all of the chemtrail bullshit, how they're messing with the weather. Who knows? Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Just do what we do. That's it. Try and eat right. There's no secrets. There's no secrets. There's no hacks. It's really just about the consistency. And that's all it comes down to, you know? Stay away from the shit. I cut out the booze years back, which was probably one of the best things I ever did in my life. Getting that out of my life. So I don't miss that. Yeah, there's something going on with that. Something going on with that weather shit, Dan. That's for sure. And you see it. You actually see them doing it. You see the planes in the sky doing it. And they admit it. The government admits it, that they're doing it. And then when you say to some people that they're doing it, they call you a conspiracy theorist. And you're a whack job. You don't know what you're talking about. So, round 10. 2 days. Do I work out twice a day, Dan? Is that what you're asking? Not generally. Not generally, no. Just get in once a day. Yeah, just usually once a day I do it. And like I said, today, what I'm doing now, I should have done last night, but I let it get away from me. And again, it's not that I missed it because I didn't have time. It's because I didn't make the time. The time's there. The time's there, but we just have to set this as the priority, right? Black Cat, how heavy is your vest? They get cumbersome after a while. I have a 30-pound vest. And I tell you what, man, you get 10, 15 minutes into the workout and you start getting that dull ache on your shoulders from it. Okay, well that's good enough. Dan, I'm not on every morning. I don't really have a set schedule. It's when I feel that I can. I didn't actually make it on the past couple of mornings like I wanted to, but I try and get on now. Lately, my goal is to get on at least 3 or 4 days a week at a minimum. I hope. We'll see if it works out. All right, so with 10 rounds down, we're alternating between Tyson push-ups and standard push-ups, going into dips on the bars, and then we're doing either hanging knee raises, straight leg raises on the floor, or reverse crunches on the floor. 10 reps of each. With 10 rounds in, we'll go on to round 11. Thanks, Dan. Like I said, I appreciate the support and I appreciate you being here. Don't worry about the old lady. Just get your money in and that's it. Don't worry about who's looking. Take care of yourself. All right, guys, 11 rounds down. Starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm now, which is good. Those first few reps and sets, they always cut a little harder. But once you get a little sweat going and you get your rhythm going, then you could, you start moving, everything gets a little smoother, Yeah, Chris, these ankle weights are my go-to. I've had them for a while. I was in the habit of just wearing them around, even when I wasn't working out. Just to get a little resistance on the legs throughout the day, just walking around. And it's amazing. I mean, they don't weigh much, and when you take them off at the end of the day, you feel like spring-loaded. Yeah, Dan, I tell everybody, like when I work with people, and I always say, just go at your own pace. There's no reason to put yourself on a clock, unless you're doing like an EMOM routine, something where obviously it's going to be timed. But if you're just doing a routine like this, go when you're ready. If you need the break, take it. No sense in killing yourself. I mean, you want to keep a good pace too, because you want to always keep the heart rate up. I'm doing this now. I'm talking with you guys back and forth. But normally, and again, I couldn't even tell you how much I rest between the sets, but I always try and keep it to a minimum, As soon as I feel ready to go, I just jump right into it. If I can get 2 or 3 good sets in a row, and then maybe I got to rest for a minute and a half, that's fine too, But that's the great thing about this when you do it. And I'm pretty much a lone wolf. I do my own thing all the time. So there's no end to how many routines you can come up with. How many reps and sets should I do? As many as you want. It's all up to you. You just make up what you want to do. There's nobody telling you. There's an infinite, amount of routines and set schemes you can come up with. So yeah, just figure it out on your own and go at your own pace, and you'll get there. But at the end of the day, it's consistency. It's just, no matter what you do, if you do it consistently, you're going to get the results. If it's the good stuff or the bad stuff. And unfortunately, most of us concentrate on the bad stuff, right? The booze, the bad food, not sleeping right, stressing ourselves out over shit, and just that adds up over time. And then when the sickness sets in, everybody says, oh, can you believe it? I have high blood pressure. I don't know where that came from. Well, this shit doesn't fall out of the sky. Every heart attack just doesn't fall out of the sky. If there's an end result, there's going to be a cause to it. You know what I mean? There's something that got you there to that point. And even doing something like this, 10 push-ups, 10 dips, some abs, do that consistently. A year from now, 2 years, 3, you're going to be a whole different person, right? And it's going to build your self-discipline in other areas of your life too. So. Boss, you're right. And unfortunately, it does only take getting started. But that's the hardest step. It's the hardest step with everything. But if you can get over that one hurdle, do your first push-up, do your first dip, and hopefully, it's like when you're on a roller coaster, right? And I don't like roller coasters, but when you're coming up for that first drop, it's always click, 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 real slow, right? And you're saying, man, I shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to be doing this. Then when you get to the top, and that split second before you go down, and once you start, and you get off that ride, you're like, man, that was fun, all right? So it's the same thing with this. once you get over that initial apprehension, and it's not about not knowing what to do, because it's bullshit. I can go on YouTube and learn how to do brain surgery, right? You can go on YouTube and look at anybody. If it's not me, I'm not inventing anything, right? Nobody's reinventing the wheel. Everybody on YouTube is looking at somebody else and then coming up with putting their own spin on it, right? So it's just a matter of you're absolutely right, boss. It's just getting started. No. Well, yeah, Black Cat, of course. Don't mess around with your health, because I always say, if you're the richest guy in the world and you don't have your health, what is that money going to do for you? You don't have anything. I don't care how many fucking cars are in your garage. I don't care how much is in your bank account. I don't care how many bedrooms are in your house. If you're fat, if you're sick, if you don't have your health, if you can't walk right, if you can't walk up a flight of steps, you don't have shit. But on the flip side, you could be the poorest guy in the world, but if you're 100% healthy, you can go out and do anything. You can go find a job. You can work. You could feed yourself. You could feed your family. You could build a house if you had to, if you're healthy enough, right? So that's why the health is always going to be the number one thing. And anybody, and trust me, I don't want to sound like, because back in the day, I thought I was invincible. I thought I could get away with it. I didn't sleep right. I worked shift work for 30 years. I never slept. I didn't have good sleep patterns. I worked out throughout the years, but I was pouring shit into my body. I was boozing all the time, just high stress. And it takes its toll. At some point, you're going to run into guys in their 20s and 30s, and they still have that mindset that they're invincible, that, hey, it's not bothering me yet. I could eat whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. You're going to pay. You have guys that might start paying in their 30s, some in their 40s. You might make it to 50, but you're going to pay the piper at some point. It's coming. It's coming. Don't kid yourself. Don't let your ego kid you into doing shit, to writing checks that you can't cash, because it's going to happen. Well, there you go, Black Cat. If you could see your abs, you made it. You're in. Once you start seeing abs, you know you're doing something right. And on that note, Black Cat, we're going to set 13. Set 13 for Black Cat. Yeah, I get it, Dan. I do. But see, here's the thing. This is where it gets tough. You know, if you have two people living in the same house, in a relationship or whatever, if you're both on the same page, you know, if you're trying to better yourself, if you're trying to change, if you're trying to build new habits, that's all well and good. But if you got somebody that you're with that has no interest in it, that doesn't understand what you're doing, and more importantly, why you're doing it, right? Because we all, you know, it's like they say, you know, it's not until you hit rock bottom that you make the change. And maybe you didn't hit rock bottom, but something clicked in your mind. Because most of us will just go along throughout life thinking we can get away with it. But something usually happens and you just decide, I'm done. I got to change. You know, but my point is, if you're with somebody that's on the same page, it's so much easier. You know, if they're along for the ride, even if they're not doing exactly what you're doing, if they understand what you're doing and they support you in what you're doing. But if they don't, it's up to you. It's a decision you have to make. You know, you gotta, I'm not trying to ruin your marriage or anything, but you gotta put your foot down and say, look, I'm trying to do something here. I appreciate you cooking for me. You know, I know you mean well and all, but this isn't helping it's not helping my cause. I have a goal. You know what I mean? And this isn't helping my goal. So you got to try and get them on the right page, explain to them. Because people won't understand. I'm telling you, I was working with a girl who was morbidly obese, right? And she was looking to get in shape because she was getting married. The boyfriend was obese. And she started working out, trying to eat different. And he was having none of it. Every Friday night, well, we always go out to Applebee's and we always have burgers. You worked out all week, you can go get burgers, you know? And it went in the tank. This guy wasn't gonna have it. He was not gonna have this girl bettering herself and changing and doing things that he had no interest in. No interest. You know, she would tell me, you know, she's trying to do well and all, and they're driving along, and he says, oh, I'm hungry. And he pulls into the Burger King drive-thru, gets himself a Whopper and fries, and he's sitting there driving, eating it in front of her. So, you know, you got to make a decision. You know, if you tell yourself it's time for you to change, and, you know, if you're with somebody, you have to explain to them what you're doing. They're either with you or they're against you, and then you have to make that decision. I'm going to go on to round 15. So again, guys, what we're doing here is some push-ups. I'm doing standard push-ups, Mike Tyson push-ups, alternating between those. I'm doing some dips, and then knee raises on the bar, or leg raises and reverse crunches, whatever, but one of those each. 10 reps of each is a round. So we're going on to round 15. Yep, that's the truth, Black Cat. It's really what it comes down to. That's really what it comes down to. Thanks, Daniel. Stay safe, brother. Don't worry about the old lady. Be safe out there. Get your reps in. Hopefully we'll talk again. I appreciate your support. Have a good day. Black Cat, thank you. I appreciate you being here today. Hopefully I'll see you back again. Chris, so I haven't eaten yet today. So breakfast is gonna be some eggs and a little bit of beef, some kimchi on the side, and then I'll probably do a bowl of yogurt with a bunch of fruit, maybe some blueberries. Definitely got to get the bananas in there, an apple, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be eggs, some beef, a little kimchi on the side, and then we'll do yogurt with some fruit, maybe some walnuts in there, just to get crazy today. So we're doing push-ups, dips, and leg raises. 18 rounds in, 10 reps of each exercise. So it's 30 reps per round, We're 18 rounds in, going into round 19. All right, guys, if I did my math right, that was 20 rounds, 200 push-ups, 200 dips, 200 knee raises for the day. So, hey, what's up, Nara? Thanks for popping in. Just on the way out, actually. We just finished up our routine. We did some push-ups, dips, and some knee raises for the abs. Alternated between leg raises and whatnot, but we got it done. We got 20 rounds, 10 reps of each, 30 reps per round, so a total of 600 rounds, 200, 200, 200. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody that's been here, everybody popping in. Appreciate the support, appreciate the interaction. All right, brother, you too. How you been? It's been a while. Thanks for popping in. Everybody that was here today, guys, like I said, I always appreciate it. It's not a matter of not having time. You can find the time. You just have to make it a priority. It doesn't take much. Get down on the floor, do some push-ups, do some squats, and you'll get there, but you have to be consistent. All right, guys, I'll be back hopefully soon enough. Everybody get your reps in, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Thanks, David. I just caught you on the way out.